Yo, what is good, people? You're listening to Everyday Superpower, the place where we talk body language. That is non-verbal communication, how to read people's minds without them even knowing you're doing so, how to internalize it and learn the language from A to B. Let me say, two links down in the description of this video. One of them goes to the catalogue of body language. It's a YouTube series, a playlist I've compiled of my own material, which teaches you how to read someone from top to bottom, from A to B. Alternatively, there's another link which will take you to the Patreon, and that Patreon will have you, yes you, join me in watching, observing, analysing, assessing real dates in real time. That's attraction body language, repulsion body language, and everything in between. Okay, now with that being said, let's move on. I want to ask you a question. Have a look at this image before you. I've probably given the game away in the title of this video, but I want you to have a look at this video. What is the topic of this video? What am I going to try and get across in this video? Have a look at these images. What do they have in common? This is a varied selection of images, but just take a moment to look at them and tell me, what do they have in common? And you might be looking at the people. Of course, people are the foundation of what we're going to talk about, but have a look at some external factors. What I'm going to talk about today is barriers, barricades, obstructions. Okay? This is moving on to a different level of body language. This is utilizing external objects and items and surroundings in order to protect yourself or unknowingly create a disconnect in communication between you and somebody else. We've got Taylor Swift first and foremost. As you can see, she's holding a bag in between her and the photographer. Intentional? Maybe not. But subconsciously, that obstacle exists. That is being utilized as a shield. Imagine her as a Roman warrior, brandishing a shield and spear, and that shield is there on her side, defending her. If that bag was on the other side, how would we perceive her? We would perceive her as more open. This is subconscious game right here. It might not mean much to you, but it means a lot when it comes to if you're trying to attract someone in any way, friendship, business, sexual. It's important that we eliminate and remove these obstacles. And the thing is, as we communicate in a positive manner and allow people to become one with us, we will find naturally the obstacles diminish and disappear, and we create direct contact. So we might not consciously or actually overtly have to remove these objects. Okay? The second photo up at the top. This is something you will see if you're in the dating game, yeah? Or if you're in a relationship. This is something you'll see if you take your partner out for a date. Very easily done, very easily done. Two people having a date. Glasses. Cups. Menus and obstruction placed between you and them across the table. You see, you might believe it doesn't mean much. But what do you mean I'm looking atop all of these objects? What does that mean? It doesn't matter. Because think of the pattern recognition that is engaged through just existing within this space. Already we're sitting behind the table as to where half of our body is concealed. There's closed body language and there's open body language, and how open can we truly be if we aren't actually in view to the other person? Pay attention. If you're sitting there at the table, you need to eliminate, at the very least, your side of the obstruction. They won't pay attention to you doing so, because you're simply going to place your beer can at the side of the table as opposed to in the middle. They're not going to, pay attention to that. But their subconscious mind is going to be aware of how open they are to you, how open you are to them. And that's a positive experience. That's a spiritual connection. Okay? This is game. We don't mess around. So it's an intimacy thing. If you were in bed with another individual, isn't there a limitation as to what you can do if both of you were wearing clothing? But naturally speaking, you wouldn't look at clothing as an obstruction. You wouldn't look at somebody wearing clothes in your day-to-day basis as an obstacle. But you see how now a sheet of cotton becomes an impenetrable shield. It's advised to keep your body open to others if you want to create a positive impact. Okay? There is a creation of separation when somebody subconsciously implements any form of barrier. Have a look at the next photo. Downwards. The woman is there holding a cup and a saucer. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's a creation of shielding. It's such as the person next who isn't holding an object other than their own arm, creating a shield upon their ventral side, creating protection in the face of a threat, hiding their internal organs away in the face of what their limbal brain, their primitive brain, perceives as a threat. What used to be vicious lions and, gargantuan insects and snakes and all of these horrific creatures, now we may feel threatened in the face of a stranger who just wants to ask us what the time is, and we may react in this manner. Our primitive brain acts like we are literally about to die. Is it a problem? Yeah, it's a problem, but you have to work alongside it and you have to assess it and read it. There's not much difference between that and the cup and the saucer with the woman presenting herself in a smiley way. She looks content in the photo. I mean, it's put on for an image, don't get me wrong, so it's not necessarily pure happiness, but she may feel more comfortable behind that cup and saucer when engaging with a stranger. Okay? These cues should be avoided when one wishes to appear confident. Yeah? Exposure. I feel exposed, so I need to hide behind an object. Okay? I feel more comfortable behind my desk as opposed to being completely fully frontal in front of you because I feel like I'm open to attack. Yeah? Purses, books, papers, jackets. Yeah? Glasses. You yourself as a professional, as somebody who wants to create a positive impact on people, you won't be doing this. You're going to be very conscious of doing this. You're going to go out into the world with your chest out, with your stomach out, facing the world. And if those around you are using this, pay attention that it's not going to be consciously, it's going to be subconsciously, and it's your job as a non-verbal specialist, or somebody who's got their head screwed on, to minimize this behavior and take it to a better place, a more open place. I'm signing out. Peace.